of a hammer, except he hits everything other than the nail. And his latest target is Donald Trump. Apparently, this is Jagmeet Singh 2.0. His party sources say that he plans to be unplugged and unfiltered this year. Its former bestie, Justin Trudeau, he said there isn't a snowball's chance in hell that Canada would join the US, which is Canadian for no way. Now look at Elon Musk's reply. This is what he wrote to Trudeau. Girl, you're not the governor of Canada anymore, so it doesn't matter what you say.
Jagmeet Singh has been exposed like never before. This time, the humiliation didn't come from Canadian voters, but from Indian media. Renowned journalist Pi Sharma has delivered a scathing critique of Singh, laying bare his failed diplomacy, divisive politics, and his role in Canada's deteriorating relationship with India. The Indian media's shocking label for Singh and their brutal comparisons have left him reeling. What led to this global embarrassment? And why is the Indian media tearing him apart? Stay tuned as we break down Sharma's fiery takedown and what it means for Singh's already shaky political career.
Now look at Elon Musk's reply. This is what he wrote to Trudeau. Girl, you're not the governor of Canada anymore, so it doesn't matter what you say. Is that appropriate diplomatic talk?
Hey, quick favor before we move on. If you find this political content interesting, go ahead and like the video and subscribe to the channel. Most of you watch without subscribing, and it's free, but it helps us out so much. Have you done it yet? Thanks a ton for the support. Now, let's get back to the video.
Handling Trump is all about subtlety, about knowing what to ignore and what to address. It's a job for cool and mature heads. In other words, not for Jagmeet Singh. He is the political equivalent of a hammer, except he hits everything other than the nail.
Jagmeet Singh's political missteps have crossed borders, drawing sharp criticism from Indian media. Pi Sharma didn't mince words, accusing Singh of being the Khalistani mascot in Ottawa and highlighting his inability to handle complex political situations. According to Sharma, Singh has become the political equivalent of a hammer, hitting everything but the nail.
From Trump and his allies, they want you to push back, to engage in these online spats. And Jagmeet Singh has walked right into it. Though frankly, it works well for India. Until now, Jagmeet and Trudeau had an ally in Washington. Joe Biden may not have criticized New Delhi, but he did openly support Canada.
Rather than tackling real issues, Singh has resorted to divisive rhetoric and empty gestures, which have backfired spectacularly. Sharma specifically pointed to Singh's ill-advised comments about Donald Trump, labeling him a bully and a troll. By engaging in online spats, Singh handed Trump an easy victory, as such figures thrive on public confrontations.
He hits everything other than the nail. And his latest target is Donald Trump. Listen to what Jagmeet Singh said, and I'm quoting here. Cut the crap, Donald. No Canadian wants to join you. You come for Canadian jobs. Americans will pay a price. He said, forget Donald Trump. This is the real art of the deal.
But Sharma didn't stop there. She criticized Singh's role in escalating tensions between Canada and India. His baseless allegations and calls for sanctions against India have only served to isolate Canada diplomatically, making him a central figure in the strained relations.
Trump's Khalistan policy is more ambiguous. Nobody knows if he will support India or Canada if Jagmeet Singh keeps attacking him in this manner.
The diplomatic fallout between Canada and India can largely be attributed to Singh's actions. Sharma highlighted Singh's support for unsubstantiated claims against India, which escalated the situation to a full-blown diplomatic standoff. His inability to provide concrete evidence for these claims has further damaged his credibility.
Unplugged from reality, I guess, because mocking Donald Trump is the worst idea. He and his allies feed on the online banter. Just look at what happened to Jagmeet's former bestie, Justin Trudeau. He said there isn't a snowball's chance in hell that Canada would join the US.
Singh dragged Canada into this standoff but abandoned ship when things got tough, Sharma remarked. This shoot-and-scoot strategy has defined Singh's political career. Bold accusations followed by retreat when consequences arise. Indian media has also raised questions about Canada's investigation into allegations against India, citing a lack of evidence in the release of suspects on bail. As Sharma pointed out, these inconsistencies have only strengthened India's position, leaving Singh and his government in a precarious situation.
Join the US, which is Canadian for no way. Now look at Elon Musk's reply. This is what he wrote to Trudeau. Girl, you're not the governor of Canada anymore, so it doesn't matter what you say.
One of the most damaging critiques from Indian media has been Singh's glaring hypocrisy. While claiming to represent the working class, his luxury lifestyle paints a very different picture. From flaunting Rolex watches and Versace bags to being spotted in a Maserati, Singh has earned the nickname Maserati Marxist.
So it's easy for Jagmeet Singh to mock Donald Trump, to promise retaliatory tariffs because he knows that he doesn't have to follow through, that he won't be in power in Canada.
For a leader who positions himself as a champion of the average Canadian, Singh's actions are a slap in the face to those struggling with rising costs. His lavish lifestyle has become a global talking point, with Indian media calling him out for his out-of-touch image. Singh isn't just facing criticism abroad. The backlash at home is equally intense. Angry protesters gathered outside his Burnaby office, accusing him of being nothing more than Trudeau's puppet. Signs reading, "Stop propping up Trudeau," and "Jagmeet, you failed Canadians," highlighted the growing frustration with his leadership.
His chances of becoming Prime Minister are about the same as Trudeau's, 0. And Trudeau is not even in the race. So it's easy for Jagmeet Singh to mock Donald Trump, to promise retaliatory tariffs because he knows that he doesn't have to follow through.
Singh's alliance with Trudeau has tied him to unpopular policies, including the carbon tax and massive government spending, which many believe have worsened Canadians' financial struggles. Protesters and critics alike are questioning what Singh has actually accomplished for working Canadians. Singh's political trajectory has not only been influenced by international criticism, but also by the growing disenchantment among Canadian voters. Over the years, Singh's promises of representing the working class and addressing social inequities have seemed increasingly hollow to many Canadians.
So New Delhi should enjoy this banter. As for Jagmeet Singh, his party is projected to finish third in the election. His chances of becoming Prime Minister are about the same as Trudeau's.
His support for Prime Minister Justin Trudeau's policies, such as the carbon tax and large-scale government spending, has alienated a significant portion of his voter base. Many working-class Canadians whom Singh claims to champion view these policies as burdensome, adding financial strain during times of economic hardship. This dissatisfaction is further exacerbated by Singh's perceived inability to tackle key issues like housing affordability, inflation, and healthcare reform. The erosion of trust is evident in declining poll numbers, particularly in provinces where the New Democratic Party, NDP, once enjoyed strong support. Voters are questioning whether Singh's leadership aligns with their priorities, or if the NDP needs a fresh perspective to remain relevant in Canadian politics.
Like I said, classic shoot and scoot. Jagmeet Singh was convinced that India killed Hardeep Singh Nijjar, a Khalistani terrorist in Canada, but the probe is not going to plan. Canada had arrested 4 Indian nationals in this case. Reports say all 4 are now out on bail. We're talking about men who allegedly gunned down a Canadian national, according to their investigation at least.
Both Canadian and international media have played a significant role in amplifying Jagmeet Singh's missteps. Indian media, in particular, has been vocal about Singh's controversial stances on India-Canada relations, portraying him as a divisive figure rather than a unifying leader. Journalists like P. Sharma have highlighted not only his diplomatic failures, but also the contradictions in his political persona. For no comedian has also been as public and in his political persona. In Canada, media coverage of Singh's luxury lifestyle, alliance with Trudeau, and controversial comments has further tarnished his image. The media's scrutiny of his every move has left little room for error, and Singh's responses have often been viewed as inadequate or tone-deaf. This unrelenting focus has created a narrative where Singh is seen as out of touch with the average Canadian, a perception that could prove fatal for his political ambitions.
Now, bail does not mean innocent. These men have not been cleared by Canadian courts, but it does confirm what India has been saying, that Canada does not have proof. Justin Trudeau and Jagmeet Singh kept blaming the Indian government, but they did not share any evidence. Looks like their prosecution is doing the very same thing.
As Singh faces mounting criticism, one of his biggest challenges lies in rebuilding trust with voters and international allies. His perceived hypocrisy, divisive rhetoric, and alliance with Trudeau have left a significant trust deficit. To overcome this, Singh would need to demonstrate tangible achievements and a genuine commitment to addressing voters' concerns. However, this path is fraught with challenges. Any attempts to pivot could be viewed as insincere or politically opportunistic, further eroding his credibility. Additionally, his international image, particularly in relation to India, complicates his efforts to present himself as a competent leader on the global stage. Singh's ability to navigate these complexities will determine not only his political future, but also the trajectory of the NDP in Canadian politics. Singh's recent comments about Conservative leader Pierre Poilievre have only added fuel to the fire. By accusing Poilievre of pandering to older white men, Singh alienated many Canadians who saw the statement as divisive and hypocritical. Meanwhile, Poilievre's focus on affordability, housing, and tax cuts continues to resonate with voters. Singh's attacks on Poilievre have backfired spectacularly, further damaging his credibility. Canadians are tired of leaders who use identity politics to score points instead of addressing real issues.
None of this will bother Trudeau anymore. He's leaving this mess to his successor. But what about Jagmeet Singh? He has led the New Democrats in 2 elections in Canada in 2019 and 2021, and both times they got trounced. Before Jagmeet Singh, this party, the NDP, had 44 seats.
Jagmeet Singh's political future is hanging by a thread. From his luxury lifestyle and divisive rhetoric to his strained relationship with India and failed alliance with Trudeau, Singh's credibility is in tatters. Indian media's relentless critique has only amplified his troubles, leaving Canadians to wonder if it's time for new leadership. Will the NDP survive under Singh's leadership? Or is it time for a new direction? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more updates on Canadian politics.